Hello everybody. This is gonna be What's an NOP by Mother Space, I mean Odd Samurai. So this is gonna be uh, very different from what I usually do. I mean, because, you know, my MO is that I make a reaction and then I make a discussion for it. But here, I really wanted to be my first impression for this opening to be at the movie theater, and I think I did a very good choice on that. But still, there's so much I want to talk about this here, so it's pretty much just gonna be me trying to analyze this opening. And I just keep saying this opening, but I mean, it's in the title. It's the Chainsaw Man movie Reze arc opening. So let's get started. So we start off with a coffee maker, and someone puts water on it, but we don't see who it is. Then we see, pretty sure this is Makima cutting a tomato, and there's a circle. There's another circle here again, as it seems like she's cracking an egg into a pan. And then another circle with a... I know it's not a tangerine, I just cannot remember what type of fruit this is. But yeah, here another circle. Then another circle as she's pouring coffee into her cup or her mug. So why all the circles? Well, I think that they represent Makima's eye overseeing everything throughout this opening and just the story in general, which actually I should tell you right now. I'm not gonna get too overt with it, but I am going to make allusions and implications to uh, later events. So I'm just telling you right now that that applies all the way up till the end of part one. So, just if you're an anime only, proceed with caution. Actually, those pajama pants look like Aki's, so this might be him actually. There's the jam bread that Denji loves so much. But yeah, here the sleeves, they definitely look like Makima's. So Aki's PJs are blue, light blue, and her shirt is white. So this was her, and this is her. And if you notice, a lot of what she has in her tray here is very reminiscent of a panel at the end of part, or close to the end of part one, where she's eating breakfast as Denji is in her couch. So yeah, very bleak a scene there to be referencing. And then we go into the city, but first we look at birds. They look like dopes, which is interesting. I mean, you know what, I'm just gonna say it outright. I know I just said I was just going to imply things, but come on. There's gotta be those birds. That's gotta be Makima going off and spying on the Hayakawa family. And not much else to say here other than I love them so much. Them acting domestic, it just really warms my heart. But something to point out is, the rowdiness and how loud the apartment must be. And just, because there's three of them, the space might feel a little, compact, but cozy nonetheless. And this is very quickly contrasted by Makima at her apartment and being completely alone. There's gotta be complete silence there, and just the way that her apartment almost just kind of like engulfs her, I feel is very important to point out for her characterization. This is also really cool. The split screen and then Makima looking at all of their files as each of them are doing their morning routine. And it's just, basically showing how she's keeping her eye on each of them. And it's like eerie and creepy. Here, once again, their rowdy and chaotic morning routine being contrasted with Makima's neat and tidy way to get out of her apartment. Oh, the way that this zooms in, as if we're looking through it from a bird that Makima is controlling. Yeah, the little crows. I love how much Aki and Denji bond by being annoyed over power. But as funny as this is, it's also it hurts, that power is very much rightfully scared of going and staying with Makima for a indefinite amount of time. And Naki and Denji just taking it as her just being lazy or, a pain in the ass. Oh, the splashes of color here? Nice. And then Pochita just dancing in the background. I think that's just Denji daydreaming. Or kind of like dissociating. I guess he just misses Pochita because we get this shot of him on the shack that he lived in episode 1. Here, I think, everything that we have, like, visually is, like, psychedelic. Is all through Denji having a dream. Oh, the eye in the background. Yep, very prominent. Another circle. As the burger splashes into the ground. And it looks very, ketchup, blood. Kind of like what Makima did at the shrine in season 1. I do think it's sweet. At the very least, it seems like Violence bought another bag with a hamburger, and just in case that Coveney, was, let's say, careless with her hamburger. Angel just on a playground for some reason. Not sure what to make of the environment that they dropped him in. I think this might be somewhere when we first see him in the movie. Kishibe, I mean, he's surrounded by graves, and the first time we see him in season 1 is because he was always there with Himeno. And I think that might be like also like a showing of that Kishibe is not missing as many, he doesn't have as many screws loose as he thinks he does. And he does care for others, he just does a good job trying to shove it down very deep down. But it still hurts him every time someone dies. No more Base Captain. Just devils made up for the movie. I like this one. That one looks so cool. I love the colors here. A gun flesh part. Oh, and yeah, it's a like target practice. Oh, the alleyway. Although I was gonna say maybe the one that Denji walks in his dream, but the rats here and the blood. I think I've seen it said that this might be a reference to Yoshida in International Assassins. When he kills one of the American brothers. But not sure. This could be like I think this might be a reference to a Reze color cover in the manga. Reze. Ooh. Makima's eye basically hypnotizing Denji. And then we see Aki, Denji, and Power. And kind of looks like Beam silhouette in the background as well. As they're like basically dancing to Makima's tune. As she has them basically being puppets in her master plan. And Denji's mesmerized by her. And him and Makima here are black and white. I'm not sure what this could mean. The red paper people? Not sure. Oh, Angel, Aki, Power, Denji, and Beam in a carnival game where they're just going round and round, but they're not actually going anywhere. They think they're going to a different destination, but they're stuck in a circle. Oh, that's so good. And then Denji turns into the first person. The black man in the horse. That was the first to be made into a film. And makes sense because Makima loves movies. Pochita as Denji's heart, then Denji's disembodied head. Makima's eye. Then we have Makima, specifically uh, touching Denji's chest. And well, we know that she's actually looking for Pochita there. And she doesn't care for Denji at all. And she's just gonna go for the ripcord. Then we get this screen of Pochita saying failed. As we get this screen that says, like, please stand by, or please, wait. Shibaraku omachi kudasai. It's like Denji, wanting to have a break or a rest from all the crazy things that's happening around him and all the hurt that he just wants to run away from. And basically Makima here is telling him, no, just do what I say, and puts him to work without his consent. And just, turns him into Chainsaw Man, because that's who she wants. Denji doesn't serve any purpose to her. Only him being a cog in the machine that is public safety. And her plan actually matters to her. And she will inflict any kind of pain on him for that to happen. And we see him fighting a bunch of devils. I really like the colors here. We see him dancing here. It does seem kind of sad, as it seems like Denji is trying to just, trying to see the cup, the glass half empty, sorry, half full, and just enjoy whatever good stuff that he can get in the current life that he has in. Oh, you say that it's not normal that a 16-year-old has to work and be a tool of the government. Well, I get 3 meals a day, and I got power and Denji for now. Sorry, Aki and power. So let's just dance it up. Oh, here. For a while, I thought that this silhouettes, figures of people, I thought they were just meant to represent like women in general, and that Denji will just go to any that he perceives as having given him affection, so it didn't need to be a specific one. But I think they might be. I think this could be Santa. I think this is definitely Angel. Look at the wings. This is Himeno. I think that looks like her hairstyle. That's Kobeni. That might be Quanchi. And that's, I don't know. Maybe Makima with her hair down? Oh, that's definitely Reze. So yeah, basically, it could be still both. Denji just being attracted to any and all women and just putting them above himself and any man, and just being like, yes, I will do anything. And if you give me a reward, that's also very something I'm very looking forward to, at least in this part of the story. And then here he's laughing. It also seemed like a very sad laugh, like, a type of like, let's just take this in with stride. And just enjoy, what the life of Chainsaw Man is giving me at the moment. As he doesn't realize he's dancing in Makima's hand. Though I do think being Chainsaw Man gives him genuine serotonin. Then we have what seems to be Makima leaving him alone. And then we see him like thinking about like date scenarios with her. But it is interesting we don't see her face. It might be because it's the idea of her rather than the actual person Makima is. And despite of wanting to do that, he still gets persuaded by Reze and the chance to go and look for a new life, which still results in hurt and suffering. And if he never finds out what happens to Reze at the end. That's a neat character acting from Power. And yeah, we ended how the movie basically continues from here. So hopefully you gained a little bit of new insight on this opening. And I wasn't too, I wasn't saying things that were obvious to everyone. So regardless, this is a fantastic opening, and I just keep liking it more and more the more time passes. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.